Now, what I'm going to do is dive deeper into what I want my current students to know about the program that they're starting with me today. Today is the first class. Okay. So, in this overview, again, remember all 3 semesters, optional practice groups for the delivery of your homework. You record it and you send it to me at the very end, the very last semester. Okay, whichever one of your practicums is your best work. Okay, you record it and you send it to me. We're also going to have class discussions about the knowledge. In semester 1, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at gates and lines, talking about keynoting circuitry, streams, formats, and centers from a deeper perspective, more holistic as well, practicing the 4 views and the rave analysis method technique. So that is the technique that we use to deliver quality foundation analysis. In semester 2, we're going to continue on with gates and lines and keynoting and its application in analysis. And semester 3, you're going to continue on in gates and lines, synthesizing the 4 views, the RAM technique, and practicing your keynoting. Finally, getting clear on the art of giving transformational and accurate readings. Now, throughout all of that, I have added on guidance throughout the year on the depths of your 4 radical transformations so that you are going through this as a deep transformational personal process of awakening to your personal awareness of how your design is here to operate in integrity. Not comparing yourself to anybody else, but seeing your unique specificities in the deeper layers, the advanced layers of your design. So in sharing the journey, we're going to discuss how to do comprehensive analysis readings. I'm going to prepare you with what I've encountered, what you may likely encounter too on this journey of transforming yourself from, maybe you're just a guide at this time, or maybe you're not certified anything at all, but transforming yourself into an analyst who can work their magic with each individual chart as correct for them. There are some common roadblocks and challenges that I really want to prepare you for that you're already going to come across when you start to practice. So those are things that we're also going to discuss. It is a deep path of personal, profound transformation. And my mind wants to say, you got to be ready for it. If you're ready for it, your authority will tell you. Okay, it's a journey that takes some time. You're going to need to give yourself some space, not only to study, but also to process. Yeah, this is a once in a lifetime journey. We'll never repeat this path again. So deepening your human design foundational knowledge, as well as adding on the analysis knowledge, is a huge step. And it's not something that should be entered into lightly. Okay, practice, practice, practice is the key. I call them practice pentas or practice pods, pentapods, they started calling themselves. Or maybe you're not a pod person, you're not a small group person, and you prefer to work one-on-one. Study buddies then are the key. The keys to succeed is it's all about practice consistently, in consistency. If it's right for you, do your best to show up. Maybe something happens, life happens, and I know you might take some time off because you needed to take a break from this. It was too much, too intense. You didn't have the time for whatever reason. You're not going to miss out if you don't move on with the same group. There's always, yeah, I could say that. There's always going to be other groups you can join, because this particular class, you can pop into, let's say, Darshana at IHGS, who also teaches there. You can pop into her class having taken semester 1 with me. Okay, so it's not about feeling like you have to keep up with anybody. This is your own process. I know for me, I went into PTL 1 and had to take a break. I could not keep going. I needed some downtime for resting and integrating and processing. So each of you are going to learn, make your way through this in alignment with your authority. Resourcing into each other, learning from each other, is one of the most valuable, precious gifts I know of to really get a solid grasp on what this system is like when the rubber meets the road, you could say. because there are not a lot of people that study the system at this deep of a level. And when you encounter somebody with whom you can have intelligent conversations using the same framework of understanding, it is such a gift and such a joy. So being able to witness and watch those keynoting practicums, if you don't feel comfortable offering anything, maybe you can pop into a Penta and just witness and watch, observe, developing your own style. It's important that you honor your type, what your strengths are, what your gifts are, doing what is right for you. Now, I do need to let you know what's right for me is it's not right for me to be available 24/7 to people on Messenger, on even our platform, humandesign.live. I just don't have the energy to answer in detail to how many people write me anymore. I apologize. It's nothing personal. Okay. So, and also, writing is not as fun as speaking. So, if you can put the question that you have into the online discussion group, I would really appreciate that because your question might apply to others and it could save time. Okay. And also, I don't have energy for private mentoring right now. All I will do is analysis, mostly for my students only. So, here's my request to you. Please do, when it's correct for you, feel free to engage with other students. What I'm excited about is that we're going to have multi-level student study groups on Tuesdays. That's exciting. I want you to ask questions. Question your mind, especially. Don't take it too seriously. There is no perfect way. Let go of trying too hard to hold on to the info. Some of us don't have strong memories. It's okay. Let go of trying to prove yourself. It's okay to check your notes. It's okay to pause. It's okay to say, I have nothing more to offer there, and let somebody else take the stage. You do not have to prove anything to anybody here. I do want to encourage you to take full advantage of that study buddy and Penta practice, okay? Practicum is when some of the most profound work will happen. Don't worry about asking questions about the foundational material. It's okay. Repetition is the key. Your questions might help the group. There are no stupid questions. And if you're wondering, chances are somebody else is too. So let's talk a bit about the practicum groups. There are two major areas to develop in order to be able to do human design analysis readings. One is you need technical knowledge. Two is there is an art to synthesizing. Okay. The technical knowledge, I will provide as much resources as you ever wanted to feast your eyes or your ears on. The art of synthesizing is up to you. And that is why we have practicum. Okay. Wednesdays, again, that is my day for me to hold space for you to practice. Okay. So I am going to be in the room, but I'm not going to practice with you. That's Tuesday. Tuesday is practice with you. Wednesday is you fly on your own, please. And I will be there for, it's an open office hours for my team and any, technical stuff, but not keynoting that day. Okay. For me, for you and your fellow students, go into a breakout room and practice, record it if you want, to keep a documentation of how well you're doing over the years, if you'd like. Now, some of those Fridays, it depends on whether you're in semester 1 or semester 3. Some of those Fridays will be practicum. Most of those Fridays will be lecture. So when we dive into these practicum groups, do your best. Do your assignments, even if it's hard and time consuming, as long as it's not incorrect for you. You're getting frustrated, angry, bitter, and disappointed. Let it go. Okay. The more you do, the more practice, the easier it gets. Just let yourself learn at your own pace. Do not compare yourself to other people. There may be people in here who have been studying human design for 10 years and are finally getting certified. So please don't compare. Be gentle, kind, loving, compassionate with yourself. Your mental agenda of what you think your reading should look like really gets you in the way of your learning. I can hear it when you're speaking from that space of let me downplay or upplay, and it really doesn't work for anybody to hear that. So just practice, do your best every chance you get with your clients, students, friends, family, famous raves on Tuesdays when you come to class with us, what have you. Okay. If you're coming across difficulties, share with others, because chances are someone else will be helped by your comments. Maybe they're having the same issue. Maybe they have something supportive to share with you from experience, something that's worked for them. Okay. So again, our training schedule, where we're headed, Tuesdays, the mechanics of Q&A using various charts this semester. We're going to use various charts. Okay, so please bring your charts that you are very confused about, especially famous raves. I would like to use those as content for being able to demonstrate how to assess human design body graphs. What levels of recognitions do we need to comprehend when we practice the elements of using the rave analysis method techniques? So it's not a reading on Tuesdays. It is mechanics, rave analysis method, technique Q&A. Okay, Wednesday and Friday you practice doing the rave analysis method and doing readings with and for each other. You can also bring in people that you know, those of you who are projectors. If it's not correct for you to practice on each other after a while, you're bored of practicing on each other, do the people in your life, because you're going to find it's really helpful for you to study their chart at that level and then practice and play with the material. Okay. Now, here's some last tips on how to get the most out of this class. It is highly likely that you are going to encounter resistance. Don't worry. It's okay. It's perfectly normal, natural. It shows up in many ways. Your mind will mess with you. I know it did with me a lot. Most of us come to this with our conditioning about learning, and we compare and measure, oh, it's got to look like this, and I've got to do that, and whatever. Mind judges you, your process, your progress. Mind measures and compares you with others. Mind tries too hard. I've got to get it right. You know, that analysis paralysis or that hypercriticism of yourself. Please keep in mind, we're all going through our own deconditioning through this class while we're all learning and practicing. And it's important to get support if you need it, to recognize that maybe something is an issue. So just let us know as soon as possible if something's not working for you. Now, this is a very cool new addition. At the Human Design Journal on Instagram, you can find this journal that has been created by one of my past students, where she created a 100-page interactive digital journal. And there's also stickers, and there's also a solid, like, hard copy journal. It's spiral bound, but it's a very big, thick, significant book if you would like some structure around studying. She's a 5-1, so very practical in her recognizing a solution and providing us something to play with regards to taking notes with our human design. So you can find her on Instagram, the Human Design Journal. It's not required. It's just something that I wanted to add. Some of us are really needing to take notes. Others need to process, do some writing. If you've been in class with me, you know what wild mind writing is. If you haven't, let me know so I can explain it to you. Whatever it takes for you to process this work. Maybe you're a mental projector and you need to discuss it with others. Maybe you personally want to create your own public blog or journal, and you're sharing with your tribe, sharing your journey and your discovery. I know that was true for me personally. I created a Facebook page back in 2013 when I started studying this professionally. So it's important that you get support in whatever way, shape, or form is correct for you to work with the information. Because if you just buy this course and even if you just only show up, but you don't do the practicum, you don't do any of the process work, you don't read, you don't take, whatever time you need to digest this information, you may not get it out of it as much transformation as you could have. So I'm just letting you know that that's there. Another example, here's a student keynoting practice. You're going to get this handout, by the way, when you're signed up so that you can click on all the fun links. This is a link to a video by one of my PTL1 semester 2 students. He's going into 3. And so it's just an example of what it can look like with regards to sharing, more of the synthesis rather than just reading type, strategy, and authority, which hopefully by now you're really good at. So here's the times and dates for the partner practice pods. FYI, just this morning, I canceled February 15th because that's my birthday, just letting you know. So that's all of the optional Tuesdays and Wednesdays practices. This is the last piece that I'll give you before I wrap it up with questions. My homework assignment for you for professional development is I want you to post an intro to yourself on the student forum. You might share how you met design, why you're interested in analyst training. Tell us a bit about your chart. For example, what was the most impactful element from your foundation reading? Basic info, I'd love to know, and I'm sure everybody else would love to know too, where you live, what you do, a little bit about who you are, and who you've studied with for the foundation courses if it wasn't me, okay? Now, you might want to turn this into a blog post. I like the term killing a bird with, two birds with one stone is a terrible way to put it, but just being able to repurpose things. You might share it on social or in a blog if you already are some kind of helping or healing professional, to let them know what you're doing as far as the journey that you're embarking on. And over time, as we go deeper into each of your charts, you're going to find that you're going to reword this as you dive deeper into knowing yourself. Different things will impact you as you go over your human design foundation analysis training now, rather than just getting the reading itself. Okay. So here's your reading assignment for a January start. So you have this at the very beginning. It's going to be in your professional classroom. So you can see we're at Human Design Live /courses. Those of you who already signed up are already here as members in this area. So you can see each other under the members area. And then under the chat, please keep that to technical, not about questions and discussion so much. Better to do that either under the activity feed, okay, or in the syllabus. You can post questions down below, wherever you find the information that you're confused or concerned about, okay? So that being said, we are going to look through these pieces. So just last call, I don't see any question feeding two birds with one grain. I love that, Mari. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so those of you who are here, please let me know your questions while I go through this last piece that I'm just orienting you to your first week, okay? So your video of today, yeah, I'm going to put it right here, PTL semester 1 overview, okay? And then there's a little bit of content here, but this is where most of the stuff is. We have the training schedule. We have the Zoom links. There are 2 of them. I'm going to show you this right now because this might be confusing. I do want you to attend Sunday lectures and Friday practicum. If you cannot come to Friday's practicum, then please come to Wednesday's practicum. See that? It says a different time as well. You can add the Zoom links onto your calendar. And then Tuesday is a joint class with semester 3. And then we'll be playing with famous raves and any other charts that you bring up that you're confused about and want to discuss, okay? There's the semester 1 assignments, reading for the year, independent reading for the year, a video on where to post questions. If you've been in classes with me, you know how this works. There's a secret bonus there that you won't know about until you sign up. And then there's our student advanced charts. So just showing you all of our people that are here that I have confirmed right now. So if you see yourself here, you are confirmed. If you do not see yourself here, you're not confirmed and you need to reach out to me because we're going to continue on in the journey. And I want to make sure that you have access to everything that you need. So if you're intending on joining us that are here, please do reach out, office@humandesignlifecoaching.com, so that we can make sure that you get in the right place. And so Friday is more important than Tuesday to attend. Let me see if I can explain it better. Tuesday is going to be us in group talking about a chart, and it's a bigger group and it's a famous rave. And we'll be practicing, stuff that we're learning about. But Friday is the practicum, where there's going to be some lectures there, and some days you guys are going to break out into groups or partners and have a specific assignment. So yes, to put it that way, Friday is more important than Tuesday, because if you don't come to Fridays, you're going to miss out on some of the lectures, of the practicum lectures, the way that it's structured right now. Does that make sense? Yeah. Remember, Friday, a lot of them are going to be lecture for you. Some of them are going to be practice. You're welcome. All right, my friends, get your books if you haven't yet. And I will see you whenever your next class is with me. Take care. Bye for now.